Hello everybody and welcome to the stream. God damn, we got a lot of stuff to go through today, guys, but and we're gonna be playing Marauders, of course, which is gonna be amazing. We haven't played that game for like a month, so I think it's time that we get back into it. But first, how is everyone today? I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Yeah, and I hope you guys are ready. I know that I'm ready, that's for damn sure. Before we start though, just wanna... don't be worried about this, guys. I just have like a skin issue thing. It's nothing. I just accidentally scratched myself while I was sleeping, so don't worry about this. It will go away and it's fine. I'm fine. So just if you guys like, yeah, you can ask if you want to, but it's nothing big, man. It's just a little skin irritation, which happens. But anyways, I want to talk about a bunch of stuff today. We got some new stuff running on the stream, something you guys might not necessarily see right now, but it's gonna be pretty good for the future, I think, and I'm excited to talk about it. And yeah, I mean, let's just start with talking about that first. I'm gonna pause my music. Hey, my stream deck works. That's nice, man. Still getting used to all the new stuff. We got a new stream deck, we got a new keyboard, we got a new webcam, or a new cam. So yeah, it's been really nice. As you guys can see, the update refresh rate is so much better. The quality is just like twice as good as the old one. So I'm super excited to increase the streaming quality and my video quality, of course, which is what we're gonna talk about right now because we got some new stuff. I am gonna move my OBS. Hopefully this works as it should. Change some stuff on my OBS, so that's it's a little bit different now, which is fine, but I need to get used to it. Need to be a little bit careful when I move it. There we go. All right. So we got that sorted and we are ready to talk about this. So first of all, if you guys haven't already, please check out my my Twitter, my nice little Twitter here. We have like 243 followers already, so that's pretty awesome. I would like to get that up a lot more, but yeah, it's progressing, so that's nice. Please do follow us on Twitter, guys. Please do. Really will help out the stream and the community, so it's a good time. Let's jump into the OBS. Yeah, the OBS update, or not update, but add-on. I guess it's an add-on. I don't know if they call it an add-on actually. I follow a fellow content creator called Senpai Gaming. Once again, I want to point out, if you are a content creator, do not use gaming in your name. This is a bad idea. Just not, you know, it's just I don't know, I don't understand why he would do that, because he's actually not about gaming. He's more about streaming, so he should be Senpai Streaming, I guess. But that's just my opinion. Anyways, so he's usually a very good he's a very good technical guy. He has a lot of he does like hardware setup and all that, and like shows great hardware, does unpackaging, testing of hardware, shows you how to use it, all that stuff, like good hardware guides. And he does good OBS guides too. And in one of these OBS guides he just made, he told or shows us a new add-on. Essentially what this does is that you have like a normal stream window, which you can see here, and then you have like a like a vertical streaming window. This looks exactly like how my OBS looks right now. So it's really cool, man. So I have my normal stream and then I have my vertical stream next to it, which is, it looks freaking amazing, man. And all my vertical streams have different scenes. So the scene is when we switch from this window, from the beginning to this window, to the game, maybe to the chat window and all that. So I have scenes that are like connected. So whenever I switch my main window to another scene, the like vertical or mobile window, we can call it a mobile window, but the vertical window is will follow that like path or whatever. So we'll switch the same, which is awesome. Hey D-Web, welcome in, man. Welcome. So this is really good, and I got this was sent to me by one of my friends. He actually found it before I saw the update on Senpai's page. So big thanks to TurboTitan01, awesome streamer, by the way. And yeah, this is just, you know, it's just amazing, man. Like I'm using this for the first time, but I can already tell that the video quality on it is so much better than what I usually do when I do shorts and stuff and things. So essentially what I'm doing is that I'm recording to my disk, and then afterwards I can like literally just make the short directly from the stream recording, and then I can just like instantly release it. There are other functions in it too. Other than recording, it can also do like what is it called, snapshots, where you have a button that you push whenever something cool happens, and it will snapshot back in time, as far back as you set. You can customize how far back you want it to go, but you could literally just do like 60 seconds, and then it will take like 1 minute, right? And it will save that video 1 minute back. I just prefer to be able to like record everything and then like use it in my DaVinci Resolve afterwards. Like that's what because then I can choose exactly where I want to start. But it can also, this is another feature that it has, it can also stream directly. So if I had like a TikTok streaming key, I could stream on TikTok right now while streaming on YouTube too, which would be kind of insane. It would be really good, man. Also, like I was thinking that like maybe YouTube should have like when you're on your mobile, it should like when you connect to a stream, if you could have like two choices: watch on mobile or watch on normal or whatever, or television or whatever you want to call the normal YouTube. If you could stream two different streams, I would actually be able to do it here, because I could like make a vertical stream and a normal stream. And then if people were on their mobile phone, like that would be insane, man. You can't do this right now, but that would actually be super insane. Like, I hope that's something that they will add in the future, because that's actually something I really want to do. But alternatively, we could stream on TikTok too, which would be super interesting. I would have to get like a few more subs on TikTok, or followers on TikTok. But yeah, that's an interesting option, at least, which I definitely think I would be interested in doing, especially now that we have the technology to do it, right? That would be super interesting. So yeah, this is just like really, really cool. Let me show you the page here. This is the what is it called again? Aitum page, where you can see all the link is down below, by the way, guys, if you want to watch this or check this out. The link is down below, but this is the official page. I also forgot to say that this is free. This add-on is completely free. You can add it to your OBS. You need to have your version of OBS needs to be version 29 or above, because if you don't have that, it won't work. But the installation is super easy. You download it, you run the install file while your OBS is closed. Very important. Please close your OBS before you run the installation. And then and then you start your OBS up, and it's there. It's just working. And the setup on it is actually really, really easy to do. So I really, really appreciate what they made here. This is actually a really good software. Only one thing is missing, and that is the stinger transitions. Whenever you transition from one scene to another, currently in the vertical version, there is no stinger transition, which means it just does a fade out and then a fade in. But I think that's something they will be adding at some point. I think it's just because this is completely new. Like, this was released like a few days ago, so it's amazing, man. I have to be honest, also, like, I don't know what other things Autumn has in store for us, like what other stuff they are building or doing, but this plugin is super well made, and it's super user friendly, so I really, really appreciate that. Are you just let me see. Are you just starting on Twitch? I am on Twitch, right? We should be live on Twitch. Yeah, we are live on Twitch. What do you mean if I'm just starting? Oh, okay, you couldn't see the stream. Oh, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I'm streaming I'm streaming on YouTube and Twitch at the moment. I have like a multi-stream plugin. That's not this plugin, but that's a different one. I use a multi-stream plugin for OBS where I can stream to. I could actually stream to like as many platforms as my internet connection would allow. And since I have a 1 gig connection, fiber, I could actually like be streaming to everything. I'm currently looking into streaming on a platform called Rumble, because that looks really good. So yeah, that might be something that we'll do in the future, but that's a different topic. We can talk about that another time. I really wanted to like make sure people understood that this plugin is amazing. Aitum, I think it's called Aitum, vertical plugin. I think it's pronounced Aitum. I'm not entirely sure though, but Aitum vertical plugin. So if you guys want to make amazing quality shorts and want to have a vertical stream, maybe check that out for sure. I think you'll be pretty damn happy with it. It's just really good, man. It's just so easy to install. I was surprised how easy it is to install. Usually with plugins for OBS, it can be a little bit difficult to get it like set up and all that. But this was actually really, really good. I do recommend having a second monitor for your OBS alone, because it does take up a lot of space in the interface. I might have to get myself another screen, like maybe something above here or something like that. That would be kind of nice, just because, yeah, I'm running out of screen space, to be honest. So that's definitely a thing. But yeah, we'll just have to take a look at that later on. So anyways, we can talk about this a little bit more if you guys want to, or we can move on to the next topic. Oh yeah, the Botrix is acting up today. I don't know what's up with it. I made a ticket on the Discord for Botrix, so there might be something wrong with the server today, the Botrix server. So hopefully they fix it and it will be running soon. Actually, good news on the Botrix side. Let me just talk a little bit about that, since we are here anyways. I don't know if the webpage is currently working, but we might be able to open it up. Wasn't actually going to talk about Botrix today, but we are going to do it anyways, because that is just something that I'm really happy to be using. There we go. All right, Botrix. So a few days ago, Botrix got the bandwidth increased to Google or to YouTube. So it should actually be working a little bit better now, which means that so the issue with Botrix is that they just made the like new, like they just made it so you can use it on YouTube, which means that the developer had to ask YouTube or Google for bandwidth to their servers. So they're using like so they can like get the information and then send the information back and forth, right? So what's happening right now is that there's so many people coming to Botrix because of the new feature that the bandwidth limit that they have is not enough to cover the whole day, which means that it stops working once in a while. But they just got it increased a few days ago, so now it's probably gonna be a little bit better. But again, I spoke with the developer yesterday, and he said that like there's so many people that came in again, so the bandwidth is once again a problem, because like people keep joining Botrix, which is of course great for Botrix and all that, but it kind of takes away the bandwidth for the YouTube part of it. The Twitch part, like Botrix on Twitch, is working fine, because they have like unlimited bandwidth on that one, so that's pretty awesome. Hopefully at some point we'll find enough bandwidth on YouTube so that it will actually keep working. So that's the hope of it, but it should be a lot better now. I don't know why the server's down today though. Might be some other issue, but we already made a ticket on the Botrix Discord, so we should be good. He's usually, the developer is super fast at fixing stuff. It does look like he usually gets up around 10 on Saturdays, which is kind of funny, but yeah, so he'll probably be fixing it soon, which is going to be great. And we will be back up with the right subscriber count and the right and the chatbot. Goddamn. So that should be good, man. That should be good. All right. I'm wondering, because I'm using an extremely old version of OBS because their update messed up the... Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that actually, the webs. There is a version of OBS that doesn't work with the multi plugin. That's right, I remember that. You need to update to the newest version now and then reinstall. You need to remove the plugin before you update. You need to update OBS, back up your OBS data before you do this, right? Back up everything. Then you remove the plugin and then you update OBS. And then you install the plugin again, and it will be working. It's because of the there's a version of OBS where it just didn't work with the multi plugin. So definitely do that. But be sure to back your data up before you do that, so you don't lose everything. Trovo is dead to me, man. Trovo is super dead to me. I've seen that they have gotten some viewers back because they changed their interface back to like, I wouldn't say completely back to the old version, but they took away some of the bad stuff from the new interface. So it momentarily brought back a lot of people, but then people disappeared again. Also, there was some kind of thing going on Trovo where the some ladies with very little clothes on were doing some streams, and that was pulling in like, I don't know, 20,000 people or some shit. I think it got blocked at some point from Trovo, but I'm not entirely sure. I think there's just a lot of shady things going on with Trovo at the moment, and I don't want to touch it, man. I'm glad I'm not on that platform anymore. Let me just say that. I'm pretty happy with being on YouTube and having a community over here, because it's just not like Trovo's community is just not. It's not very interactive, I think. Like, even though the platform, like the chat on Trovo, like the chat interface on Trovo is one of the best chat interfaces I've ever seen in my life as a streamer. And I've streamed for a while, right? So like they have some good things on the platform, but then they have the shady treasure boxes, and the interface kind of like has some issues, and all the like some of the same issues as Twitch has with the girl streamers doing shady things, and no one is really stopping it, right? So I'm super happy I'm not on that platform. I will say though, Twitch has become a little bit better, but it's still an issue on that one too. And that's also why I'm thinking about just dropping Twitch and going to Rumble instead, because Rumble seems like a better place to be, at least to me. So I'm not entirely sure if I want to do that though, but we'll think about it. Think about it, man. Yeah, I don't know if should we put some music on, by the way? Let me see. There we go. Yeah. I hope it's not too loud, guys. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, dude. That was exactly what I saw, man. I'm not even kidding. That was exactly what I saw in Trovo. It's horrible, dude. And they get like 20,000 viewers of it, and it's just insane, dude. Like, you have no idea. Like, and the reason they're doing it is because the whole way that the Trovo system is built, it gives them so many view hours that they just knock out some of the biggest gaming streamers on the platform. And they get into like the T500 or whatever it's called. Like, it's insane, man. It's completely broken, like completely broken. And that's why I'm so happy that I'm not on that. It's insane. I also want to point out that so what they do is that like they take the music video from YouTube or wherever they find it, and they put it in the background, right? And then they just sit there half naked and just earn mad money. It's almost like what is it called? It's almost like yeah. It's ridiculous, man. That's what it is, man. It's ridiculous. It's almost like an OnlyFans, but you know, on a gaming platform, of course. I mean, they're not completely naked, but it's close enough, I would say. The simps are. Oh no, I said the word. Shit. And now I said another word. No, don't. Okay, don't block me, YouTube. Don't block me, Twitch. But yeah, Oh man, I'm not allowed to say that word. I'm gonna have to bleep that out. Oh, that hurts my head, man. I hate the censorship on YouTube and Twitch. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. What I meant to say was Sims, of course. Sims. The Sims are wild on Trovo right now, which is bad. Super bad. That's just what's gonna happen, man. When you censor certain words, we're gonna use different words to describe those things, right? I don't understand this. It's just bad to me, man. Anyways, let's not talk about that because we're gonna talk about some positive. Well, I mean some things at least. Maybe not so positive, but yeah. Let me jump away from this, guys. But thank you for bringing that up, D-Web. That was pretty good, man. That's really important to talk about. We could actually be looking at the stats for. Let's look at the stats for a second. Let's just, oops, that's not it. There we go. So these are the Trovo streaming stats. See if I can zoom in a little bit here. These numbers are horrible, by the way. These are like super bad numbers. And as you guys can see, there was a certain spike here. This is where the thing happened that we are talking about. Half-naked ladies and the Sims. And it's just like, look at that. It's like twice as many people as usual. It's actually insane. And now it's of course dying again, so it's down to its 40k viewership. Let's match this, or like let's match this with how many is on Twitch, for instance. Twitch has currently 1,574,000 viewers, and Trovo currently has 18,000, right? Like that. It's nothing. It's a nothing burger, man. The platform is literally dying. So there's no reason to stream on that platform, man. It killed itself. It literally, it had it in the bag, and then they made a new interface that sucked, and they killed themselves. it's literally what they did, man. It's literally what they did. So, but yeah, let's get into the next topic, man. Let's get into the next topic. Unless you guys have some questions, of course. Always welcome to ask about some stuff and things. Maybe I should leave it on this one for now, just for a second. It's interesting though. It's really interesting. They went from having 140k viewers reliably to having 18k. So it says everything. You can't really see it down here in the oh, you can see it down here. So this is the peak, right? This is where I left the platform. Actually, yeah, I think that was, yeah, I left in April. That's right. So that's what they had in April. It says 140k peak viewers with an average of 73k viewers, which is super. It's not bad, man. For a new platform, that's not bad. And this is the stats right now. This is the peak viewers, 35k, average viewers 19k. So they killed themselves, man. They all the good streamers also left the platform, which is why they only have the naked women now, which is it's just, and the Sims, of course. So that's funny, man. That's super funny. But yeah, all right. I don't think you guys have any more questions about it. So let's. Oh, there we go. Yeah, man. Yeah, I believe that, man. I will say though, I left to get. Thanks for saying that, Web. That's very friendly of you, man. But yeah, it like when I left, a lot of other people also left. I think we were like 50 streamers that left the platform from AGG alone. It's probably like 1,000 streamers that left, and these are the big streamers, the best streamers on the platform that left the platform, right? Because they, instead of like Trovo, this is another thing Trovo was doing. They were not focusing on the streamers they had on the platform. They were like buying other streamers from YouTube and trying to buy streamers from Twitch, and then putting them on their platform under a special agreement, right? Like a pay them extra money to stream on their platform, instead of using that money to help the streamers that are already on their platform, right? So everyone just left because they absolutely hated that, like absolutely. And Trovo also hired some of the wrong people to be community managers, which is hilarious, man. Super hilarious. Like, just horrible, horrible. It's a shit. I don't know if I'm allowed to say shit show, but I'm gonna say it anyways. It's a shit show over there, man. It's so bad, so bad, man. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. I'm, you know, I'm also like, I'm not like trying to hate on the people over there, but it is. They had it in the bag and they fucked it up. Let me just say that. This is a little bit sad to me. So let's talk about the big elephant in the room, right? I've been talking for a while now, haven't I? Oh my god, yes I have. This is gonna be a longer one, guys. I thought I would get through this pretty fast, but this is gonna be a longer one. So let's do this. Let's actually try to get through this. So Apex Legends. Let me switch the music up before we do this. Turn it down a little bit more, just a little bit. There we go. Alright. Apex Legends. We have been playing this for about a month now, and trying to get back into it. And it's been rough, man. I have to be completely honest, it's been a bit of a mixed bag. First time I jumped back into it, it was actually kind of fun, because I had to relearn all the stuff and things, and then, like, you know, try to get my aim dialed in and all that, and it was kind of fun, man. But after a while, it just turned into the same thing as why I left the game, right? So I'm gonna touch on all those points in a moment, but first let's talk about the new peak views, which is kind of insane for Apex Legends. So first of all, they released a new season. Let me see if I can figure this out. In November, and it did almost nothing for them. I don't know if you guys can see the numbers, but I might be able to zoom in a little bit more, like so. They released a new season. I'm gonna touch on this in a moment, why this was not a big success, but yeah, essentially they gained like nothing. It didn't do anything for them. They are lucky that these are not red numbers, by the way, because I'm also gonna talk about that later here. But this is bad, man. This has never been this bad before, like ever. And there are some reasons for this. They are not listening to the community. That's the main reason. But yeah, and they made a bad sales. How do you say that? They made a bad sales decision that really screwed them over. And I'm gonna talk on that in a moment. But then a lot of time passes, and now they released a new season, a new what is it called again? Ranked season, with some changes in it. Some changes that are pretty good when it comes to guns, I think. So there are some good changes coming, and they added some good fun modes that people are interested in, right? Like the what is it called again? The Valentine's mode. It sounds weird that it's a Valentine's thing, but they made something that was interesting, where you had like a healing mechanic, where you have like an area around you. As you heal, you also heal your teammate if he's in that area, right? That was a really cool mechanic, man. That really changed the gameplay a lot. So essentially, being a support actually made sense. If you have a lifeline and you put your healing thing in that circle and you healed yourself up, you also healed your teammate. So lifeline was like a huge buff to lifeline, which is kind of fun, man. So you could essentially heal your whole team up just by sitting with your healing bot, and if they were close enough, they would get healed. So it was really cool, man. Like that event alone was like a really good indicator on how the people reacted to it. So that's this right here. That actually gave a lot of like a lot of people came back to the game because of that, which is interesting, just because of that little event. Which also shows that like the community is screaming for changes. It's like, please give us something better, come on guys. So that's definitely a good thing. And I played this together with Turbo Titan 01. And that was pretty good, man. That was pretty cool, man. That cool mechanic. Unfortunately, there was some other things that was kind of screwing us over, but yeah, I'll talk about that in a moment again. Then we forward to the new season, where people it just exploded, man. It just completely exploded, right? Like new peak numbers, 200k more than before, almost 200k, which is amazing. And they just came in with a lot of gains. The main reason that this happened is because they released a roadmap for the upcoming patches that are coming, and they showed a huge amount of changes coming to the game. Those changes are like mechanical changes to how the different character, what is it called again? Character roles work. So you have healers, damage dealers, and tanks right now. This all is going to go away and be changed into a new system. And there's a ton of patch notes on this. We're going to be talking about that in a moment. But yeah, essentially it's like huge changes are coming to the game. Like, and it's going to be, it looks like it's going to be really good changes that people want in the game. So that's the reason for this huge freaking, or at least that's what I think. That's the reason for this huge peak that they have, which is amazing. Let's jump over here. So this is the patch notes that I'm talking about, or was talking about over there. So remastered legend classes. Oh yeah, right. They call it classes. And that actually, yeah, you can call it, yeah, classes makes sense, right? So they're gonna change the class system completely. I'm not gonna read all this because it's like a little bit of a longer read, but they are essentially making new classes and then changing the already existing classes and giving those specific, like they're giving them specific class abilities. I think they are passive abilities though, like it's not something that you can actively use, but they're gonna have a passive ability. Whoa, that's, my cam is so bright when I'm on this page. Yeah, that's okay. Sorry about that, guys. I hope it's not too bad, but yeah. I don't have auto adjust on my new cam, so whenever that happens, it's just lighting me up. Can we switch into like a dark mode here? Is that like a dark mode? I would probably have to log in. Oh yeah. Anyways, we're just gonna go through this really fast, but yeah, there's gonna be certain class perks, which is something people wanted forever, like perks that are like clear and very specific for those classes. Because the ones that are there right now are not really doing anything. They're doing very little, so this is gonna be really good, really good. And you guys can go in and read all this because there's a lot of stuff on it, but it's essentially what it's gonna be. It's essentially what's gonna be the driving force on the new patch, which is gonna be super interesting. And there's also gonna be certain new modes, like permanent and limited modes, right? I don't know why they did it like that, like team match, permanent, limited. What? Permanent? That's weird, man. I think they're just trying to say both. Like there's gonna be team modes that are permanent and some limited ones, which is gonna be interesting enough. Like the Valentine's thing was a limited one. Could have been a good way to do duos. Just have that be a permanent thing where you can heal your friends. But I think the healing thing is gonna be part of the support class. Or they can craft banners. I don't know. Okay, so maybe not. Oh man. But yeah, it's very interesting what they're doing with it. Mixtape playlist. That's because that's regarding team deathmatch. Yeah, but there's a lot of interesting stuff happening, and this is why they have sort of huge resurgence of people in the game, because people want to be ready for this patch when it comes out. Patch notes itself, it's a lot of changes to guns, as I said, like good changes that we definitely need. There's also a lot of changes to like ground loot, which is also like there's too few guns right now, so they're changing that finally. It's only been like, I don't know, 2 years or something where they needed to change that. So there's a lot of good stuff in this patch, and that's the main reason why people are coming back. So let me talk about my issues with the game. As you guys can see, there's a lot of stuff in here, man. Quality of life too, bug fixes. This is also, there's some big bug fixes in here. Not gonna like read it all up, but yeah, there's some good stuff happening. Yeah, That's essentially it. But you can always check that out on their patch notes. Just search Apex Legends patch notes and you'll find this page. No issues. But yeah, let's go back to talk about the. I wish I had like a banner. I guess I can do that. So it doesn't. So it's not so bright on my face here. So I have the main 3 issues I have with Apex Legends at the moment. Is actually it's absurd that there's no solo mode in this game, like solo battle royale mode. It's absolutely stupid. Like this is, and also arena, a solo mode would be great in that one too. This game needs a solo mode for sure. Like they would have so many more people playing this game if there was just a solo mode in it. Because, and this leads me into the second issue. Second issue is that in pub games, like public games, there is also matchmaking, which means that if you have a friend that has a high rank in ranked, it will impact the opponents you get in a public match. So you can't play with your friends that are lower ranked than you, or you're just gonna get absolutely destroyed. And that was exactly what happened on the last stream when I played with Turbo Titan 01, because Turbo Titan is so much better at this game than I am, and I'm not even gonna, I guess you could say I'm not gonna cap or anything on that. Like, I'm not gonna say that like I'm the best or something shit like that, because the stats clearly show that like he's a lot better than me, and he plays the game a lot more than me, or he used to at least. So his account is way higher ranked than me, right? So whenever we join the game as 2 people playing a public game, like not ranked, just a pub game, it would put us against some of the nastiest players out there, man. Like we literally had a master player that was like a 4K 20 kill emblems or whatever they're called, like the things on the when you see the round starting, you see what they have as stats and stuff like that. And there were multiple times where we had like a diamond player that was like a 4K damage dealer, and he had the 20k bomb emblem too, right? And it's just like we have no chance against these players because I'm a platinum, right? Platinum ranked player. I have like maybe a 3k emblem, and that's it, right? So it's like, what the hell, man? What am I supposed to? I can't fight these guys. These guys are so much better than me. So every time he had to carry me, right? Try to carry me. So every time we fought, I would just get instantly killed like this because I don't play on that level, man. I'm more of a chill gamer, right? Most of the time, anyways. And it was just a bad time, man. Like, not because I enjoyed playing together with my friend Turbo Titan, right? Because he's awesome and it's always a good time. But god damn, that was a rough pair of games, man. So the matchmaking in public games needs to go away. It completely ruins my experience with the game. And it's the same thing if I take a new player with me and I want to play together with that person. I can't play public matches on my main account. And that's why there's so many smurfs too, right? Because like if I take in a new player, I'm a like I said, a platinum or maybe like a low diamond player, and he would just get destroyed, man. That player would just get completely destroyed, and we wouldn't be able to win a game ever. We wouldn't even be able to survive the start of the game because the other players are on my level or better. It just doesn't work, man. They need to remove that shit. So that's the 2 main reasons. And then regarding the bad sales move that they did on the new season and why everyone was like, oh man, this is not good. So this is gonna be a difficult one to talk about, and please understand that I am not hating on any groups or anything. I'm purely looking at this from a sales perspective, right? A sales perspective and a player. So, and I can't say the word here because it's not allowed to say it because I'm gonna get banned if I do. So we'll call it something else. But the problem is the new legend they added to the game. It's not the abilities on the new legend are okay. It's not that the legend itself is completely trash. But the problem is that it's a bit of a bad marketing move because the legend is I will call it a transformer, right? And Yeah, from a sales perspective, it's less than 1% of the world that are Transformers. And when you start the game up, it's very much in your face. So every time you see it, you get like, oh, goddamn. And I'm sorry to say this, but, you know, none of us, like most people in the world, don't have anything against other people choosing to be a Transformer or having like the feeling that there's something else. So I'm not trying to hate on people, and I don't think people in general are hating on them. It's just when it's in your face like that, it gives you like a bad impulse. So from a sales perspective, this was a disaster, man. This was a complete disaster. And I honestly think they learned their lesson, so I think that's why there's no new legend coming. Because they probably had to scrap the legend they were building and had to like be like, oh shit, we really did a bad thing here. Like we screwed ourselves, right? So I think that's why there's no new legend coming this season. I don't think it's because they just were like, oh, we just wanted to try something new. No. This is a on-point sales thing, because it's like, ooh, we tried this. We are like, our people in our bubble was saying this is gonna be great. We tried this and it completely failed. I've been talking to everybody that I know, and no one were excited about the new legend that they added, namely because it's a Transformer like that. And I'm so sorry to say that. It's just, I'm not trying to hate on people who are like that, because I actually don't have anything against that, that people choose to do that. I just don't want it to be in my face, man. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly, D-Web. That's exactly it. And it rubs people the wrong way when it's so much in your face, as it is in Apex Legends. It's literally on the front page when you start up the game. And yeah, it's like the third episode of that TV show, the new zombie show with the mushrooms. Like the episode 3 was like two men having fun with each other, and it was like super much in your face. Everyone did not, or no one, like almost no one liked that. Like it was like, oh no, it's okay that it's okay that people feel like that, but that was too much, man. That was like literally in your face. And it's like, if you do that, there will be people that are just like, and people are not gonna like be vocal about it, because normal people are not like ragey like that, and they're just gonna like silently curb it, you know, silently like not participate. So yeah, from a sales stance or whatever, like from the eyes of a salesperson, that was a big mistake, man. That's, you just don't need that stuff in video games that are supposed to be for everyone, right? Like for the normal guy, for the normal people. And I say normal, I don't mean it in a negative way, just the general way that people are, right? And as D-Webs correctly says, some people are Christians, and this is absolutely a thing that's not allowed in that faith, and in many faiths actually. So it's something that would turn away a lot of people. In your face, yeah, exactly. Have to accept it. That's what people will not accept. And the people that I talk to that have usually been supporting Apex Legends by getting the skins and all that stuff, they were like, no, we're not supporting the game when it's in your face like that. And they are not gonna say it publicly, but they are definitely doing it silently. So I think the sales numbers definitely showed it in Apex Legends. And I think that's why they had to scrap the new legend that they were working on, because I'm pretty sure I know what that legend was about. And yeah, so that's why we're not getting a new legend, guys. It's not because, oh, we just wanted to try something new. No. It's because of what happened with the last legend. That's exactly why. I mean, I'm not trying to be bigoted. I'm just trying to see this from a sales perspective only, and from how people in general think about it. So I am kind of in my own bubble a little bit too, so maybe I'm wrong, but that's definitely what it looks like to me, what happened. And no one is talking about it. because we can't, because like I can't say the words on Twitch, I can't say the words on YouTube, so it's very difficult to actually like inform people or like get people's feedback on it. Yeah, I agree, man. That's the problem, man, and it stops people from supporting the game too, which is a big deal, and that's definitely why the changes are happening now. Every time there's a community like not drawback, but like a community pushback, especially in a huge way that happened this time, you always see them like doing some of the other things that people want. But this time they actually scrapped the whole legend, I think, and then they and this is a personal this is my personal opinion. This is not something I can prove, but my personal opinion says me that like they had a legend ready to go, and they were like, holy man, if we do this, we're gonna be people are gonna like boycott us. Like it's literally gonna be, and they're gonna do it silently together, and it's gonna be bad times, man. So they pulled it back, scrapped the legend, and then they took all the community feedback that they could, and were like, okay, it's time to do some of the good stuff. So, and that's smart from a sales standpoint. It's just a little bit shady, but that it takes. So the community has a lot of power. I also want to point this out. Like, if you really want changes in Apex Legends, you have to talk to all the people in the community and get them on your and get them to like see if they agree first. If they agree, then say like, guys, we want this, so we need to do like we need to like tell the developers that if you guys do not do this, we're not going to support your game, right? And remember that like one of the biggest way of supporting games like this is your wallet. Like you literally have so much power with it. So if you are like, let's say like 100,000 people that don't want, or like let's say that you're like 100,000 people that want a solo mode, right? You could literally say, if you do not make a solo mode in this game, we are not playing this game for like a month or something like that. You have the power to do that, or we're not gonna buy, or even like, we're gonna play your game, but we're not gonna buy any of your skins at all. Like, that's all you don't have to boycott the game completely, but you can tell them like, if you see your sales numbers drop, this is why. So just be a little bit more like concrete about it. Like, you have a lot of power in the community if you really want to make changes happen, man. And I think people are realizing it too, so it's a good thing. Same way, I'm not hating. Yeah. We don't want to shove down our throats, man. That's exactly it. That's it. But of course, we can't talk about it. That's the problem, because like YouTube is like, actually YouTube is not that bad, but I can't use the word here, because if I say the word, I'm gonna get banned. So that's why we're using Transformers instead, right? But it's just like Twitch is very much more hard on this kind of subject. Twitch will ban you for like just indicating that you're talking about it. If someone reports you, you'll probably get banned. So it's usually way worse on Twitch, which is also why I'm not putting that much effort into Twitch. I love my Twitch followers, don't get me wrong. I appreciate all you guys, but the platform is it's gonna die, man. It's just a matter of time. And I think YouTube is gonna take over. Maybe even like something like Rumble might take over, but that's a whole nother talk. But there's a lot of oh, I keep forgetting what the word is for it. There's a lot of blocking words, or like you're not allowed to say certain words, right? So it's a big problem, man. And to be honest, I think it's going the wrong. It's people are waking up to it now, luckily. Like, people have been waking up to it for the last few months, but it's taking a while for people to get there. And people are moving to, a lot of people have been moving to other platforms where there's free speech, where there's actual free speech, right? And I think that's the correct way to do it, because this is getting a little bit ridiculous. And I'm one of those people too that like, so one of the reasons that some of the big streamers grew to be as big as they are is also because back in the day, before 2014, people were allowed to say what they thought about things. They could tackle some of the more interesting topics, and they were able to make jokes that were a little bit, a little bit rough around the edges. Might like rub some people the wrong way, but it was still a joke, right? You can't do that anymore. But because they were able to do that back in the past, those streamers got enormous. Like they got a lot of viewers, they got a lot of things, they got a lot of people, and they just grew so fast, man. But then after 2014, when the new YouTube owner came in, it got like the like dial got turned hard on people who were like not respecting things, and then like later they blocked certain words from being allowed to, that you can't say certain words. And as a new streamer, it's very difficult to make an impact in your own segments, because like I can't make content the way that I want to, that I knew would work with my people who are following me. Like I just can't, because if I do that, I'm gonna get banned. It's like ridiculous, man. It's super ridiculous. And I'm like, I just don't know what to do, man. Other than move to a platform where there's actual free speech. That's all I can do. It's ridiculous, man. It's super ridiculous. And I'm sorry that this is going long, guys. I know that we are like talking for a very long time today, but I just don't. I'm just frustrated. I am just frustrated. I have a stress ball right here, and I'm just goddamn breaking it almost. I'm super frustrated with it. We are making progress though on YouTube, so I'm super happy about that. And I do appreciate everyone who's tuning in and everyone who's like following and liking the videos and like interacting, chatting and all that. I love that, man. But we could do so much better if I was just allowed to be myself. But I just can't. Which is ridiculous. So yeah, this is where we are, man. But good news actually. The CEO of YouTube just got fired. Well, she wanted to find better employment. Oh man, don't bullshit me, YouTube. She got fired because the numbers on YouTube are down, and a lot of people are going to other platforms. That's literally what it is. This is not my opinion. You can go to you can go to Google and check it out. The stats on YouTube are down, way down. Some of the biggest YouTubers right now are moving to places like Rumble, for instance, where they are like doing half the stream on YouTube. Then they are linking the stream in the description in the first 2 lines. They're linking to the Rumble stream, and then people are jumping over to Rumble and using Rumble instead. Because on Rumble, they can actually say what they want to say. And I've been thinking about doing the same thing, to be honest. So, and then you guys can see what I mean about how I really want to be streaming, what I really want to be saying, what I really want to be doing. So I'm thinking about doing the same thing. And it's a lot of the big streamers that are doing this. It's not necessarily Rumble, it could be other places too. There's like 4 or 5 different platforms that are actually more open, that have kind of the same ad system as YouTube does. So it's very interesting. We're getting to a point now where YouTube might start losing a lot more people because of how the environment, the social media environment, or the streaming, what do you call that, like a video platform environment is looking. I guess it's developing into something else now. It's becoming better, and we can actually do this right here. Let's check out Rumble since we're talking about it. Man, this is a long introduction today, guys. I'm super sorry that it's so long in a way. Okay, I'm not logged in, so let's go to gaming. As you guys can see, Rumble is actually kind of going off a little bit. It's becoming way more interesting to be on Rumble, and yeah, I'm thinking about going into it because it actually looks really cool, man. I'm still researching. I need to figure out how the system, like because you can make an account today and you can start making money tomorrow. on Rumble. Like you don't have to go through the ridiculous stages that YouTube have, where you have to have like 4,000 view hours, so you can't earn money on all the content you're making, right? So there's a lot of things that I need to look into, but the platform itself, in the way that it works a lot like YouTube, and it actually looks really good, man. And you can go in and check out the different subjects without having to. You can actually find stuff on this platform, which is, it's mind-breaking to me that you can't find simple stuff on YouTube sometimes, which is, it's insane, man. It's absolutely insane. But yeah. I was not supposed to talk about this today, but I had to address it a little bit. I think we should just get into some Marauders, man, before we forget what we are here to do. So, let's talk about Marauders. This is the last thing before we get into some gameplay. So, let's get into it, man. So, Marauders, we haven't been playing this for a month. The reason we put it on a shelf was because I just personally needed to play something else, because I've been playing it non-stop, and it's a good game, man. I love the game, but you know, we are humans, so we also need to try out some different stuff and things. But yeah, now we do have a lot of Valheim. We still have a lot of Valheim content coming out, which is going to be good. Great stuff. Love playing Valheim. When we are done with Valheim, we're going to be switching to Icarus, which is also going to be great for the survival content. But in between, we are going to be playing more Marauders again. They actually released this patch like 2 weeks ago, so it's not completely new, but to me it's completely new, so I want to show you guys what it's all about. So let me get into it here. Boop, 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 boop. Yes. So they call this the Marauders Update Red Baron Patch 01. So it's probably going to be an 02 later, I'm assuming. But essentially they changed a lot of things on the... They refined the game a lot more. Like they updated the textures, which is going to be great to see. I'm kind of curious how that's going to look. So there's probably going to be a lot of things where I go, oh man, that's nice, or wow, that's nice, or oh, right. So we're probably going to be discovering a lot of things as we get into more of the game, which is going to be great. It's going to be like almost like getting a new game, which is amazing. A lot of balancing has been changed. So apparently they buffed the... I think they buffed the Terminator and nerfed the trench gun. They buffed the... No, they nerfed the Terminator and they nerfed the trench gun. There's like a bug with the Terminator or something. And then they buffed the Liberator to more damage. I think that's good though. I think that's really good. Yeah, Terminator has been decreased. There was some one-shot stuff going on with the Terminator, which was pretty bad. So people would run like a Terminator as a secondary weapon, and then they would try to one-shot people, and if it didn't work, they would pull out the other gun they had, and the guy would be like almost dead or something. So yeah, there was a lot of OP stuff going on with that. Which is a good thing that they are tackling that immediately. Which I gotta say, man, compared to the Apex developers, the Marauders developers are a lot better at listening to the community and actually making their game a good game. So I really do appreciate that, man. I really do. They also changed some of the, like the what is it called again? The AIs would like snipe you with a shotgun. They fixed that too, so that's pretty good. Yeah, there we go. Shotgun AI should no longer engage at long distance, but instead reposition or charge you. Yeah, so they're still gonna be charging you with a shotgun, but that's manageable. I think we can deal with that. Or at least we're gonna try to deal with that, right? I think we'll be good on that. So they tweaked a lot of the sound. This is another thing that the Apex and also like Warzone developers are not tackling in their game. The sound system is very important when you play this game, like that you are able to hear footsteps and what they are walking on is very important. Other games just like they make a sound system and then they never change it. It's just the same shitty system all the way through. But in this game they are actually changing the sound system a lot and they are making it way better. So I'm really hoping that this will make it more clear from where the sound is coming. So I'm super happy to see these updates or these sound changes to it. They also changed some of the gun sounds because there were some guns that had the same sounds so you couldn't hear what you were fighting when they were shooting, right? So I think this is some good changes. UI changes, not gonna touch on that. Optimization, also good. Some lighting. I had some lighting issues last time I played. This is over a month ago though, so I remember that. So I'm super excited to see how the graphics look. Optimized collision. There were some issues where on the mine, for instance, if you were shooting over the cliff side, it's like the cliff is down here, or what? Like the cliff is down here, but the cliff is really up here. So you would hit like the cliff where you shouldn't be hitting the cliff, right? So there was some collision issues with that they should have fixed, which is gonna be good, man. I mean, these are small things, but it's something that impacts the gameplay quite a lot. So I really appreciate that they are fixing those things. And then we have a ton of fixes of exploits and stuff and things. So yeah, all over good things, man. Good things. I'm gonna give this a like. There we go. So I am super excited to see how this works now. I haven't really checked out the opinions on, you know, what people think about this when it comes to the streamers and stuff. I've only seen some videos on the patch notes itself, but it looks to be really, really good what they did here. So I'm super excited to jump into it. And you know what, guys? I think we should be jumping into it. I think that's the news part of the stream. We did this over an hour. So yeah, let's jump into the game and see if we can get some stuff and things going. I'm gonna jump to the chat window. Hopefully this works with my new setup.